gotta get some more donations so I can put no donation list up.
Niggas always claim to say blood ain't from the hood.
Coming up on my next video.
You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Oh, I live in the hood, ass nigga. Never got put on, always claiming the hood though. Oh, you fucking with the homegirl, but don't come to the hood with none of your damn homeboys. They don't get a pass. Had the little homies press they ass, where your tattoos? Hey, your mama waking up to some bad news. The plug saying groove, I'm a dime. I was long in the race, skinny nigga with the braid. Took a 2-man fade, I'm really from the hood. I took a fucking break to get my money right, but I was banging on the plane in the meeting with Jermaine. They like, poet, oh you bang? They forgot where I came from. I was gang banging when it wasn't fun. Homie doing life right now, cause we don't play with guns. You ain't from the hood. Nah. You ain't get put on, you ain't from the hood. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Niggas always claim to say blood ain't from the hood. Hell no. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. And that goes for these hoes too. Start fucking on niggas and throwing these niggas hood up. Ha, little dot dot. Heard you gave a homie head in the trap spot. Got a throwaway in the stash spot. Boy, you not real, like a Sasquatch. Boy, I'm so high, I'm seeing astronauts. Boy, I ball hard, I need a mascot. Oh, and Swahili, I'm a damu. My little cousin making paru. My nigga Uzi, he from Five Deuce. Pad blows, I be hanging with some real whoops. Gang signs out the window when we drive coupes. Making money with some crips like it's 92. Banging on tracks, banging on tracks. Back in my days, it was banging on. You ain't from the hood. Nah, you ain't get put on, you ain't from the hood. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Niggas always claim to say blood ain't from the hood. Hell no. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood.
Fuck Chris Brown, nigga. Pull up in the hood right now, nigga. Catch a fade, nigga. Fuck.
What's up with it, chat? Now, I put this video together. I saw some funny shit on AOC all week. I've been seeing funny shit on AOC all week, starting with the dude saying, hey, with the Latina, and she lying on him. Now, AOC, Alexandria Cortez is the most victimized, right, members of the House ever. She's of Congress ever. She's the most harassed, the most victimized, the most tempted rape. She's everything all rolled up into one. And when I say all rolled up into one, she's everything all rolled up into one big old ball, right? And she blamed everybody for everything. And she the head leader with the head microphone about how Republicans are racist, they sexist, and they're rapists, right? She have it in her vocabulary that Republicans and conservatives are rapists. Remember all the stuff she said about the date. Remember all the stuff she said about the Border Patrol. Remember all the stuff she said about everybody else. But AOC is the most victimized woman of Congress, right? Should I say more? Let's roll it and let me prove it to you. Hold on, where we at? We gotta do this. We gotta put the sound up.
Of the latest high-profile women. Democratic Representative Alexandria Ocasio Cortez is one of the latest high-profile women targeted. As the youngest woman to be elected to Congress and a self-described Democratic socialist, Ocasio Cortez has become a target of the far right.
No, it's not because you a woman, or it's not because of your views. It's because of who you say you are. You say you are a Democratic socialist. The Republican Party is fighting against socialism. So whoever gets socialism, whoever was socialism, you, Bernie Sanders, the squad, whoever was socialism, the conservatives are against. It's nothing against you, baby. It's your ideologies. Come on, stop being a victim.
And Republicans more generally.
Creepy weirdos. That is how Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio Cortez is describing Republicans who are attacking her for taking a New Year's trip to Florida with her.
Right? She calling Republicans creepy weirdos. She calling Republican rapists. She saying Republicans want to sleep with her and all this other shit, right? She can say all this shit about Republicans, but as soon as somebody Republican say something back to her, she's the victim. Oh, I'm the victim. He said something about me. It's racist. It's sexist. He want to rape me.
with her boyfriend.
There's just a lot of people that just don't want to see folks like us run and be a person in public.
A folk like us. You see how you try to include everybody? A folk like us. Why you can't say a person like you and you represent everybody? She know the right time to say me. She know the right time to say us. She know the right time to say man. She know the right time to say birthday person. And she know the right time to say woman.
Which is why just accepting yourself is so radical.
She responded to one critic saying, quote, if Republicans are mad, they can't date me. They can just say that instead of projecting their sexual frustrations onto my boyfriend's feet.
Huh? Did you hear that? If the Republicans can't date her, they need to stop hating on her and kissing her boyfriend ass, basically, right? She can say all this about Republicans, they're weirdos, sexually frustrated, and all this old shit. But as soon as somebody say something back, it's sexist. Don't you think that's sexist? Talking about kissing another nigga feet? Talking about everybody Republican want to date you? That ain't sexist?
You creepy weirdos.
And by the way, it got worse. She had a second tweet that said, there are sexual frustrations that underpin Republicans' critiques of me, their fixation on me. So she's really actually creating a sexual narrative.
She's saying a sexual narrative, right? And watch how she lie on this dude right here. Dude was funny, but he wasn't too disrespectful. He said she had a big booty, but other than that, it wasn't too disrespectful. But watch how she lied on him.
Hey everybody, I'm here in the Capitol. See this guy right there? Right there. When I was walking up, he said, hey.
See, my favorite big booty Latina. I love you, AOC. You're my favorite.
He said, hey, my favorite big booty Latino. I love you, AC. You're my favorite. Now, the only thing in that sentence could have been disrespectful is big booty. My favorite wasn't Latino. My favorite wasn't racist. Latino wasn't racist because she a Latino, ain't it? My favorite Latino, right? That wasn't racist. Wasn't nothing about that racist. But watch what she said he said.
She wants to kill babies, but she's still beautiful.
She wants to kill babies, right, which is a fact, right, because she's with Roe v. Wade and she's out there protesting, but she's still beautiful. He said, but she's still beautiful. Even though she want to kill babies, she's still beautiful, right? So the only thing was disrespectful up in that, he said lovely and all of those stuff. She's nice, right? Only thing was probably disrespectful is big booty. Everything Latino and baby killer is true, but watch what she said he said.
Right in front of a Capitol police officer, said, hey.
Right in front of the Capitol police officers. Remember, right? She got a problem with the Capitol police officers too. They want to assault her, right? But watch what she say.
Hey, here's this, look at that big ass, look at that big juicy booty.
He never said no big ass. He never said no big juicy booty. Big ass, look at that big juicy booty. He never said that.
You look very beautiful in that dress.
You look very beautiful in that dress. That's not disrespectful.
You look very sexy.
You look very sexy. That's not disrespectful. It depends on how you say it. You can't call a woman sexy no more?
This Latina, like whatever, all the bunch of racist, sexist stuff.
Racist, sexist stuff. Say he was being racist and sexist. You could have said sexist, right? And it depends on your interpretation, but racist, never.
Look at that booty on AOC. That's my favorite big booty Latina.
Why don't you do a little selfie?
I love it. My favorite AOC. Nice to meet you, AOC. Look how sexy she looks in that dress.
AOC, my favorite big booty Latino. Look how sexy she look in that dress. Once again, the only thing could have been disrespectful is big booty. Look how sexy she look in that dress. She wore that dress to look sexy, didn't she? Right? She wanted a compliment, right? That was a compliment.
Yes.
I think the thing that was so crazy about that incident is not even that it happened, but that it happened on the Capitol steps right in front of a Capitol police officer.
Remember, the Capitol police officer don't like her either. They want to kill her too. Remember, they want to kill and rape her also.
Woo, I love it, AOC. Hot like a tamale.
And this dude was engaged, like this wasn't about a political opinion or protest or anything like that. He was engaged in very clearly sexually threatening, aggressive behavior.
But when you say you're the victim because people want to sleep with you, what's the difference, right? You can play the victim, right? But when somebody actually be the so-called aggressor, right, you really want to be a victim. Which one is it, right? When somebody say, hey, you in Florida, and you partying like a motherfucker and you ain't got no face helmet on, right? All of a sudden, they sexist on that, and they want to have sex with you. and want to kiss your boyfriend's feet. But when he call you a big booty Latino in a dress and you his favorite Latino, he's sexist and racist.
Right in front, on the Capitol steps in front of an officer, and he wasn't even asked to take a step back.
A nude photo purporting to show the Congresswoman was circulating on the fringes of the pro-Trump internet for at least a month. The photo shows a pair of manicured feet in a bathtub and what appears to be a reflection of a naked torso.
Good looking out, Randy K, on the donation. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it coming. As long as the donations keep on coming, I'm going to keep on coming. We got to have more donations like Randy K up on this page. You know what I'm saying? A Slaphead and people like that. We got to have more donations. Huh? So we can show more naked pictures of AOC.
With a caption falsely connecting the image to Ocasio Cortez's Instagram feed.
Lastly, what I want to express to Mr. Yoho is gratitude.
Remember, Yoho assaulted her too. Everybody assaulted AOC. Remember, she was talking about Yoho assaulted me. He threatened me. Yoho, I feel threatened by the Republicans. Right? So she take this and she put all Republicans in one basket, right? All Republicans are basically deplorables.
I want to thank him for showing the world that you can be a powerful man and accost women.
She talked about being in her office, that afternoon.
Remember that afternoon or that date? Remember that day, how she described that date? She was lying through the whole thing. She was never in danger.
And all of a sudden she hears a banging at her door.
You can have daughters and accost women without remorse. You can be married and accost women. You can take photos and project an image to the world of being a family man and accost women without remorse and with a sense of impunity.
Huh? Republicans got impunity on not respecting women. That's what she's saying, right? You can front all you want like you like women, but you really don't.
As you heard in the clip, asking, where is she? Where is she? And she didn't know who it was. She said the person did not identify themselves.
That this issue is not about one incident. It is cultural. It is a culture of lack of impunity, of accepting of violence and violent language against women.
Fearing for her life.
And I just hear, where is she? Where is she?
So she had one staffer that came to the Hill with her that day. And so she immediately, went to find a place to hide. And after a little bit of hiding, she said her staffer came and told her it was okay to come out. And she came out to a man who then identified himself as a Capitol Police officer.
Remember, she said the Capitol Police officer didn't do nothing about the dude harassing her. The Capitol Police didn't do nothing about the date, right? The Capitol Police officer, right? And she said the Capitol Police officers are Trump supporters. Remember, right? It's funny how the Democratic Party was condemning the Capitol Police at first. Remember, they Trump supporters. They let some of them in and all of those shit. And then all of them turned into heroes for some instance, right? When they all wanted to testify, they all want against Trump, they all was heroes. It was on all the MSNBC News, CNN, and all kind of shit. All of them was heroes. But at first, AOC and all the rest of them was condemning them. Saying they were Trump supporters.
But she said that she felt still kind of skeptical about it because he hadn't identified himself before, and he was looking at her with some type of anger, she felt.
He was looking at her with some type of anger. The Capitol Police was looking at her with some type of anger. The one that came to save her was looking at her with some type of anger. She's a victim.
I thought everything was over.
And so he directed her to run to another building, and where she eventually ended up taking shelter. And so it just kind of speaks to the calls from her and several other Democrats that they kind of feel unsafe and they don't know who to trust.
They don't know who to trust, including the Capitol Police, right? Remember, the Democrats couldn't trust the Capitol Police. Then they can start giving them awards. You get an award, you get an award, everybody get an award.
In an entire structure of power that supports that. Because not only have I been spoken to disrespectfully, particularly by members of the Republican Party.
I know Tom would tap it, right? But Tom, you better not say that on here because she's going to accuse you of sexual assault, right? She's good at that, Tom. You better not say that on here, Tom. You know you highlighted, Tom. Don't say that on AOC.
Several Democrats have suggested that the rioters may have had inside help from either the Capitol Police Force or even other members of Congress.
Huh? Remember that? Remember the Democrats said the Capitol Police was helping the protesters. Them and members of Congress was both helping the protesters. They had a war on the Capitol Police. Now all of a sudden they heroes. Right? Remember this happened yesterday, right? She put her hands up, right, on his fake ass arrest. No handcuffs, no wrist bracelets, no nothing. No plastic cuffs, no nothing. She wanted to play the victim again. She finna wave like JFK. Look, put her hand up, put the fist up, right, but she handcuffed.
I'm wondering, Jarrell, why she spoke to speak out now, nearly a month after what happened.
Her and this bitch right here, Ilhan Omar, neither one of them handcuffed. You wasn't really arrested. All you got is escorted away. Them was bodyguards. You didn't. Look, I don't put my hands behind my back, and I want to be escorted out of here. Right? This was all planned. Right? Automatically, you put your hands down, put your hands behind your back, and start walking a certain direction. You knew what car to get in and everything. Huh? You was leading the officers. How is you gonna lead the officers into where you supposed to be going? She supposed to be handcuffed. Ain't no officer even by her. She walking by herself with her hands behind her back. Ain't no officer 6 feet behind her. Look at her. Where's officer at? He got to catch up to her. That's a bodyguard. That's a bodyguard.
So she actually gave a couple of reasons. The first,
you know why AOC came out with how she felt about January 6th? Oh, I didn't mean to say that, right? YouTube, this is for educational purpose only. The views and comments that that's on this video, I do not share the views and opinion of this video. Is only for informational purposes only, right? But on that day, she said she had to talk about it because she felt like she was reliving being assaulted.
First reason, she said that she couldn't speak about the situation due to security concerns. And then the second reason was she talked about a little bit of trauma that she experienced. She compared the experience of, calls from GOP lawmakers to get over the riot and for the Democrats to move on. She compared it to her own personal experience of sexual assault.
I would just want to ask about your personal reaction as you watched, especially given that you told me last year you thought that you might be killed or even raped.
Which one come first, right? What is they gonna kill you and rape you, or rape you and kill you? Which one is gonna come first? Who said that? What in your mind? Any special intelligence say, look, AOC, they're gonna come up here and they're gonna riot and they're gonna try to rape you, right? Kill you or rape you. What gave you that opinion? Oh, I think the protesters was gonna rape me.
During the riot.
There's a lot of sexualizing of that violence. And I didn't think that I was just going to be killed. I thought other things were going to happen to me as well.
And how sometimes people can tell sexual assault victims, just get over it and move on. And she said that some of that trauma is what kept her from telling the story.
She's a victim.
Yeah, well, I think my reaction was a lot of the American people's reaction, rewatching that footage.
So what sounds like what you're telling me right now is that you didn't only think that you were going to die, you thought you were going to be raped.
Yeah.
This is a big deal to hear from a member of Congress speak openly about the trauma that she's experienced, especially coming after years of hearing about men in positions of power who have been accused of sexual assault.
Right? So she's talking about men in power. Who are you talking about now? the politicians or the protesters, right? Men in power. You see how she's the victim? Right? It all of a sudden went from an overturn of the government to an attempted rape and murder. Huh? It went from niggas walking through the thing, you know what I'm saying, to kicking their feet up on the desk to attempted rape and a murder.
I'm a survivor of sexual assault. And I haven't told many people that in my life.
Yeah, it is really big to hear. And I last night on Twitter after her live video, I saw, an outpouring of support from her other, Democratic lawmakers that, came out and supported her and kind of comforted her and thanked her for telling her story, because I saw a lot of them said that they have stories too that I guess they haven't told yet.
All the Democratic women gonna come out with their story now being sexually assaulted. All of them. Remember, every law come out, right? When abortion come out, all of them gonna talk about abortion. All of them gonna talk about sexual assault. Every time something come out, one of these Democrat women want to play the victim.
And it was really a big moment.
When we go through trauma compounds on each other.
Yeah, I thought I was.
And that you now understand, having thought about it, is because of your experience.
Yeah, I think so.
Brand new reporting from the Washington Post that Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene aggressively confronted Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio Cortez.
Not only did she get threatened by men, right? She also getting threatened by women. She getting threatened by men and women. Everybody threatening AOC, damn it. She getting threatened by men and women. Oh, I feel threatened by this woman is crazy. We need to call the proper authorities for her.
As outside the House chamber yesterday.
A political party in the United States of America cannot bring themselves to say.
Remember, Gosar threatened her, right? Not only Marjorie Taylor Greene threatened her, Gosar threatened her of a drawing. Oh, I feel so threatened. Why you can't condemn this? Why y'all can't see this? Right? Him threatening me is more important than inflation. Y'all want to talk about inflation and all this old shit, and I want to talk about how he made a drawing of me. Why y'all can't see that? Look how selfish this bitch is. The Republicans want to talk about inflation and things that are going to help the economy in the world and everybody in America. This bitch want to talk about a drawing.
That issuing a depiction of murdering a member of Congress is wrong.
And this comes weeks after Greene posted this video about challenging Ocasio Cortez to a debate.
And instead decides to venture off into a tangent about gas prices and inflation.
She want to talk about Gosar, but we want to talk about gas prices and inflation. That's not important to her, huh? The drawing is.
She better show up. If she chickens out, then she shows exactly who she really is, a scared little girl that is pretty stupid and doesn't know anything about the economy or economics.
What?
Pretty stupid, huh? Pretty stupid. That's racist.
What is so hard? What is so hard about saying that this is wrong? For the many,
because bitch, we talk about gas and inflation. Bitch, we ain't got time to talk about no drawing. America don't want to hear that.
Many members from both sides of the aisle who have reached out to me in support following an incident earlier this week. About 2 days ago, I was walking up the steps of the Capitol when Representative Yoho.
She got assaulted by another representative, Yoho. How many times AOC got assaulted as a damn congresswoman? Yoho, this bitch is getting threatened. She ought to have a national bodyguard around her 24/7. Yoho threatened her.
Suddenly turned a corner, and he was accompanied by Representative Roger Williams, and accosted me on the steps right here in front of our nation's Capitol. I was minding my own business, walking up the steps. This is not about me. This is not about Representative Gosar. But this is about what we are willing to accept.
Bitch, we ain't trying to accept $7 of gas. Fuck what you talking about in the drawing, bitch. We talking about $7 of gas. Huh? You talking about a drawing, you talking about artwork, bitch. You know how much gas is? You selfish whore.
And Representative Yoho put his finger in my face. He called me disgusting. He called me crazy. He called me out of my mind.
And he was right on all three of them, bitch. Check, check, check.
But I have seen other members of this party advance the argument, including Representative Gosar himself, the illusion that this was just a joke. And he called me dangerous. And then he took a few more steps, and after I had recognized his comments as rude, he walked away and said, "I'm rude. That what we say and what we do does not matter so long as we claim a lack of meaning. You're calling me rude." I took a few steps ahead and I walked inside and cast my vote.
I walked inside and I cast my vote. All of her is innocent. She's not guilty of nothing, right? She getting it from both sides. AOC, Gosar, right? Yoho, right? She getting it for everybody. The protesters, everybody. She's the most victimized person in Congress ever.
Because my constituents send me here each and every day.
There's nobody care about those things. I represent, because the reason I came up here and I vote because my constituents send me every day up here to do a job. What job have you done? What law have you got passed? What bill have you got voted on? None.
To fight for them and to make sure that they are able to keep a roof over their head, that they're able to feed their families, and that they're able to carry their lives with dignity. Now this nihilism runs.
Brand new report.
I walked back out and there were reporters in the front of the Capitol. And in front of reporters, Representative Yoho called me, and I quote, "a fucking bitch."
Well, he was right on that. So I guess Yoho is 4 for 4 on his comments about who the fuck you are, right? He was 4 for 4, so what is he lying about? But he's, I'm the victim, he called me a fucking bitch. He couldn't take it no more. Like, you know what, I'm tired of this bitch. You know what, you a fucking bitch. Oh my God, I had to get it off. I had to. I've been waiting to say that shit all year. You fucking bitch. He said that shit with passion.
Alexandria Ocasio Cortez from Queens is on today's tour, and she tweeted, 9,500 CBP officers sharing memes of dead immigrants and discussing violence and sexual misconduct toward members of Congress.
Remember, she also, right, got sexually assaulted by the Border Patrol officers, right? Huh? She got sexually assaulted by Republicans, MAGA supporters, protesters, border officers. She getting sexually assaulted by everybody. Everybody want AOC, damn it. They want to take the pussy.
How on earth can CBP's culture be trusted to care for refugees humanely?
These are the words that Representative Yoho levied against a congresswoman.
Oh, now all of a sudden you're a woman. Now all of a sudden you can define a woman. He leveled against a congresswoman. Now, why you couldn't say a congressperson? Why you couldn't use no pronoun then? A congressperson. Huh? Use birthing people, a Congress people. Right? Remember, she was also assaulted by the Border Patrol officers. Remember, they was threatening her.
In that last facility, I was not safe from the officers.
I was not safe from the officers in the facilities. This bitch ain't safe nowhere. AOC is not safe nowhere. In the Congress, in the halls, at her house, at nowhere.
In that facility. The congresswoman that not only represents New York's 14th congressional district, but every congresswoman and every woman in this country.
Do you have any comment about what was posted about you in the alleged Facebook group?
I mean, I think it's just it's just indicative of the violent culture that we saw on the inside of because all of us have had to deal with this in some form, some way, some shape, at some point in our lives.
So I want to represent all women. I'm speaking up for all women. You don't know if all women have to go through that type of shit. You don't know that. Some women live in respectable neighborhoods. You don't know all women went through that shit. All women don't go through the same experiences that all women go through. Huh? That's why they got a different experience and a different outcome, a different mentality, and a different view of life.
All right, we're going to visit Alexandria Ocasio Cortez. Crazy eyes, nutty Cortez. Okay, hang with us, guys.
This is a woman that's deeply unwell and clearly needs some help.
Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, I'm an American citizen. I pay your salary through the taxes that you collect from me through the IRS because I'm a tax-paying citizen of the United States.
And her kind of fixation has lasted for several years now.
Her fixation, right? Not only do men in all the Republican Party got a fixation on AOC, evidently all the Republican women got a fixation on AOC too. The most victimized woman in Congress. Huh? Who ever been more victimized than her? Ever. Maxine Waters ain't this damn victimized. Huh? And she's a old black ugly ass woman. Ain't Hillary Clinton wasn't this motherfucking victimized, right? Hillary Clinton never played the victim. She may have thought the election was stolen and all that shit, but she didn't play the victim. Oh, she did on that one, but not all the time. She played the aggressor. This bitch is the only one to play the victim in everything. And when it don't go her way, people want to fuck her. Or people want to rape her. Or people want to assault her. Or people want to kill her. Huh? She's the only person in Congress that everybody or anybody or a couple of people want to rob, rape, and date. Huh? They didn't say that about Hillary. I never heard Michelle Obama say nobody wanted to rape her. Huh? I ain't heard, I definitely heard Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton couldn't give it away, right? But I can't name no other female that look half kind of decent in the Republican Party that I can say the same thing. But whoever looked halfway decent in the Republican Party didn't say the same thing. Oh, they don't like me because they want to have sex with me and they want to rape me. Who the fuck says that?
So you need to stop being a baby and stop locking your door and come out and face the American citizens that you serve.
It's at this point, I think, the depth of that unwellness has raised concerns for other members as well.
I said, what'd you say, Bluegrass Berserker? AOC got the acting skills of a Telemundo soap opera. Hey, Bluegrass Berserker, you ever just sit there and be high as fucking just watch that shit for like a whole hour and didn't even realize you watching it because you laughing so fucking hard at the words and the actions? You just sit there for a whole hour, high as hell, Bluegrass. Like, this shit is crazy as fuck. Like, you smoking weed, drunk or something like, and you wasted a whole hour. Like, man, I'm watching fucking Telemundo. You watching, they be so emotional and shit, right? You be like, oh, this shit is deep. Whatever they talking about is funny. I done that, Bluegrass. I done that, man.
If you want to be a big girl, you need to get rid of your diaper and come out and be able to talk to the American citizens.
And so, I think that this is an assessment that needs to be made by the proper professionals.
She said, instead of us having to use a little flap.
It's kind of like hers. It's kind
sad.
Of
huh? But AOC, right? She's sad, right? No one plays the victim, right? See, the woman, the woman right? About the abortion, Roe v. Wade, we victims, women rights. You ain't got no abortion. You ain't getting pregnant. You don't want no kids, right? You don't want that. So why the fuck is you fighting for it? Right? But she sure know to fucking say a woman is being threatened.
Let's make something very clear. Rape is a crime.
Well, I find Governor Abbott's comments disgusting.
What, because he said rape is a crime? Rape is a crime. Well, I find what he say is disgusting. Right? But she know what a woman is, right? Abbott finna say we trying to get all the rapists off the street, and she finna define a woman to the T, right? Now, this is something Kendra Jackson could have said in the court, because AOC finna describe a woman to a T, and this shit was just last week, and she didn't use no damn person,
And Texas will work tirelessly to make sure that we eliminate all rapists from the streets of Texas by aggressively going out and arresting them and prosecuting them and getting them off the streets.
And I think there's twofold. One, I don't know if he is familiar with a menstruating person's body. In fact,
administrating person's body, right? That's a woman, ain't it? A man can't administrate, right? Administrating person.
In fact, I do know that he's not familiar with a woman with
What'd he say? What? He's not familiar with she caught herself.
A female or menstruating person's body.
So goal number one in the state of Texas is to eliminate rape.
Rape. You see how she's already covered up a female or administrative person body? What do you mean? First you said a woman.
So that no woman, no person will be a victim of rape.
Because if he did, he would know that you don't have 6 weeks. Is that quote unquote 6 weeks? And I'm sorry we have to break it down on, break down biology 101 on national television.
Oh, now you want to break down biology 101 on national television. Why don't you break down biology 101 when it comes to a birthing person? Break that down for us so we can understand it better. Huh?
But in case no one has informed him before in his life, 6 weeks pregnant means 2 weeks late for your period.
Dehumanizing language is not new. And what we are seeing is that incidents like these are happening in a pattern. This is a pattern.
And 2 weeks late on your period for any person with a menstrual cycle can happen if you're stressed, if your diet changes, or for really no reason at all.
Well, it definitely can't change if your ass is a man and you want to become a woman. I bet you your motherfucking period don't start or stop or change its course, right? I bet you it don't come on a regular basis, right? I bet you don't even fucking get one. I can fucking guarantee that. I can guarantee that if you're a man, right, try to turn into a woman, you ain't gonna get no period, guaranteed.
Of an attitude towards women and dehumanization of others and elected officials in the Republican Party, not just here, but the President of the United States last year told me to go home.
To go home, right? So now, you see how now she's being discriminated on Donald Trump, right? Look how many people is on her, Donald Trump. She's not finished yet. She's Border Patrol officers. Also, how many different motherfuckers? Gosar, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Donald Trump, MAGA, protesters, Border Patrol officers. How many people going to assault AOC?
To another country with the implication that I don't even belong in America. The governor of Florida, Governor DeSantis, before I even was sworn in, called me a whatever that is.
Oh, now it's DeSantis. Remember, DeSantis was racist when he called her whatever that is, because that's what she's want to say. I'm Denny. I'm a girl on the block. You know what I'm saying? I'm this. I'm that. Right? You want to say you every motherfucking thing. So he like whatever the fuck you is. I don't want to disrespect you. Whatever you call yourself.
Look at this girl, Ocasio Cortez, or whatever she is.
So while I was not deeply hurt or offended.
Oh, but I am deeply thankful for Samantha Roberts' donation. Good looking out, Samantha Roberts. I am happy as Don Lemon with a bag full of dicks for your donation. Trust me on that. Thank you for the donation, Samantha Roberts. No relationship to Beth Roberts.
I mean, she's in a totally different universe. It's basically socialism wrapped in ignorance.
Democratic
Socialism wrapped in ignorance, right? I could have got more videos for you, but I got to go out and I got to prepare for this Arizona trip for tomorrow. I'm going to be going on, and I'm going to be performing Friday. If you're out there, come on through, right? But I had to make this video, right? Because every time AOC come on, she plays a victim. I can get a long video of all the shit AOC done accused people of, all the shit she was a victim of, all the shit she fought for and had no business fighting for, all the things she accused and lied on, all the victim, all the crying, all the fake tears, right? All the, like, remember, Kavanaugh, remember, she just had this, right? Look at this, right? She's talking about people in their privacy, right? Look at this right here. AOC mocks Kavanaugh restaurant ousting by pro-choice protesters. Representative AOC had little sympathy for Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Unruly exit from Washington Steakhouse after protesters showed up and harassed a judge over his overturning Roe versus Wade. The New York Democrat downplayed Friday's incident as a non-issue and a sarcastic tweet saying the demonstrators should have let him eat cake. Poor guy, she tweeted. He left before his souffle, because he decided half the country should risk death if they had an ectopic pregnancy within the wrong state lines. It is unfair to him. The least they could do is let him eat his cake. Right? That's the least they could do, huh? George Kavanaugh was forced to leave through the back of the steakhouse, right? He couldn't eat with his family. But this bitch on here tweeting like it's funny. But as soon as somebody called her a big booty Latino, she want to say he racist and sexist and call the Capitol Police and say they didn't protect her and all kind of shit. Right? That goes to show you the left can literally get along with anything, right? Think about it, right? I had an argument with my friend, right? But he couldn't see this, right? I don't think he got this picture, right? Let's say America, right? And I need to see the comments on this, right? I need to see the comments on this, right? Let's say America, you can be an immigrant, right? And it was another country as advanced as America, with different freedom and different rights, I guess all the rights you want, right? Right? All the rights you want, right? And it was a different country that didn't accept Americans, right? But you know if you can get over there, right, and you can be a legal immigrant, you can live over there like an illegal immigrant would live over here. How wonderful you think that would be? Right? If we're going to say, you know what, I'm tired of American racism, I'm tired of the gang violence, I'm tired of this, you know what I'm saying, the drugs and shit like that. I'm finna leave America and I'm finna go to Trump land, right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm finna cross the border and risk getting ate by alligators and have my kids and drag them through the mud and all those shit. I'm going to make it over there because I heard it's way better than fucking America. I got family members that have done the same thing. They escaped over there to Trump land and they telling me how good it is. You can be homeless over there and they just giving the homeless money. They giving you plane tickets. I mean, whatever the fuck the future, it's probably not even a plane. It's probably some kind of transport thing. But they way more advanced than America. Would you travel to that country? Right? And I had to tell him, right? And he kept on making excuses why it wouldn't be a good, that's not the point I'm trying to make, right? The point I'm trying to make is America is so motherfucking good. The only place you can go better than America is heaven. That's the only place, and the only place you can go, right, better than America is heaven. We don't have no country to escape to. So why would you let people come over here and fuck up the country, the only country, right, that people can come to legally and make it better, or illegally and fuck it up? Why would you want that? There's no other country we can run to. This is the best country in the world, right? We don't have that option. So why not keep it that way? Because if you don't do it and you don't keep it that way and you don't maintain the way this country has been and how it became great, you will destroy it. We don't have that ability to run to no other country and try to make our life better in no other country. So why not do it here? And I'm pretty sure if other countries have they security like Mexico. We got a war on drugs and all kind of shit, right? But we go fight a war way over there in Ukraine, but we don't help the Mexican government with the drug war that will help both sides of this border. We don't help them. We let the drugs flow when we go over there and fight a war in Ukraine. They got baby Pablo Escobar and shit having shootouts with the police in the street. You got the Mexican police finding dens of Mexican drug dealers is dead, right? You got the people shooting up buses, and I mean, you got all kind of shit, right? And you know why they fleeing, supposedly. But you want to go over there and help that shit out. You let them do what the fuck they want to, but you want to go over there and tell other governments what to do way across in the Middle East. But won't help the border right next door. They want that shit to happen. Right? They know the elite know they're gonna be well off in America no matter what. Nancy Pelosi knows she's gonna be well off no matter what. All the kids and all that bloodline, right? Because of the money they made, they know they're gonna be well off no matter what. They can't fuck off all that money. Hunter Biden can smoke as much dope as he wants to, and they're gonna smoke off the Biden estate. That's how much money they got. Right? So they're not worried about if the government crumbles, if socialism take over, you know what I'm saying? Because socialism, the rich gonna stay rich any fucking way. That's how it's always been. And the poor are gonna get poor. That's how it's always been. Look at socialism. Look at everywhere it's failed. Look at the motherfucker that's coming in here that's fled socialism. And you got this bitch talking about I'm a democratic socialist. And wonder why Republicans is going after her because the laws and all the shit. The border patrol officers racist. They doing this. They doing this. Now this bitch ain't been to the border in over 2 years since Joe Biden been president. This bitch ain't spoke of nobody at the border being raped or none of the immigrants dying or getting drowned. She ain't talking about no human rights in 2 fucking years when it comes to the Mexican border. Because Donald Trump not in office. She got to talk racist. Now her whole little thing done switched to transgenders and now Roe v. Wade. It's totally off the Mexican border. This bitch ain't even speaking of the Mexican border. This bitch ain't posting no message on Twitter of the Mexican border. Because she don't give a fuck about the Mexican border or the Mexican people. She only used that, you know what I'm saying, to have an argument with Donald Trump. She was walking the border and all kind of shit, doing interviews and talking about how they was drinking out of waterfalls. And she don't know how the Mexicans living right now. Or the immigrants living in these border communities right now. Remember, she used to talk up about foreign policies and all that old shit. How Donald Trump and her and the squad was talking about racist policies and Israel and all this old shit. These bitches ain't talking none of that shit no more. Because they can tie Donald Trump into all that old shit. That's why they kept their mouth open. Right? They got to fight the Supreme Court because they can't fight Donald Trump right now. They need somebody to fight. They need to be a victim. I'm getting arrested with y'all. No, bitch, you're getting escorted away by your bodyguards. Huh? You think for one moment, you think AOC and all the rest of the squad bitch ain't going to be out there with bodyguards? Look when Joe Biden fell on the bike. Look how many Secret Service there to pick his ass up. Huh? Quick. Look when Joe Biden wasn't supposed to be talking. Look at the motherfucking rabbits who came and escorted his ass away. Look at his wife came and escorted his ass away. Huh? So she got in her mind that she's speaking up for all women, right? All birthing people. You know what I'm saying? She wanted all victims, right? And she tried to group herself in that. The Democrats, her and Gavin Newsom play the same role. Gavin Newsom ain't nothing but a little Joe Biden. Emotion, I feel you, I understand you. He the same fucking person as a Joe Biden, just younger. And supposedly better looking. Same person. Look at their politics. Look at the way they talk. Look what they say they understand. Look at their emotion. Look at their anger. Look at their stupid ass decisions. Huh? Look at it, the families they in. Joe Biden and Gavin Newsom in the AOC, in the Nancy Pelosi family. Not in the Democratic Party, in the fucking bloodline family. Right? But you gonna see, I want to see how this bitch respond to not being handcuffed. I want to see what the excuse she come with, because she ain't came up with one yet. The bitch ain't tweeted nothing about that yet. Right? It was a story the other day about a woman who was mad because the Black Lives Matter was protesting. The same nigga got shot by the police that shot up her house. You sitting up here protesting, nigga shot at my house because he got shot by the police, but you wasn't protesting the nigga when he was shot at my house when I had my little kids up in there and my kids damn near got killed. And you want to sit up there and protest in front of my house because this nigga got killed out here? What about my kids? He already was supposed to be under investigation for murder, I think. But these are the people that the Democrats protect, and the people that vote for the Democrats is the people that do the worstest shit. Right? But I'm gonna end this show. I just wanted to give you a taste, just a taste, of the hypocrisy and the double standards and the victimization and the blame game and the shifting of racist views and all of those shit to a certain party. She blamed all this on the Republican Party. They want to rape me. They want to kill me. They want to murder me. They want to take away women's rights. They want to take away kids' rights. They want to take away women's rights. I was scared for my life. The politicians, the police, the politicians, the police, everybody, everyone wants to fuck AOC. I'm about here. I'll catch y'all on the next one. See ya.